I know. Alright, let's try this again. I'm extra grounded too, right? That's the sad part. Oh my god. Hold on, I'm trying to summon my friends again. Everyone's like it wasn't working anyway. I'm reading in my main chat, right? Is it working on your phone? I told you I should just start doing space storm news again. End time news. And then people will be more into it. Then I'm like, wake up and love and light, and people aren't that into it, right? I should just start doing end time space storm catastrophe news. Maybe it's better at waking people up when they see what's going on in the world. It's like live, no one's even on it. Are you on it? It's not working. It doesn't say you're on it. I'm like, okay. I'm gonna try to be back. Me just trying to do my job, right? During a space storm, right? I'm just trying to do my work day today, right? Alright, I'll give it a second to see if people can find me or if it works. I don't know what's going on, but I think that we just got an incoming wave of energy here too. So my boyfriend, our water, like he already had to like, our TV's not working, water, all our shit thanks to the space storm, our internet. We had to update like our whole internet yesterday. So he's on the phone with the water people today. And he asked them, Kathleen will die, he asked them that, is our water going to go out if we have a solar flash? We would just like to know since our water was out this morning. It took me, I was kind of late to work. Wait, no, the sound. We were just wondering if we have a solar flash, if it's going to shut off our utilities. And these people are so asleep, you know that they're like, what? They're like, what? Trying to ask people. These are good questions we should be asking. Don't you think so? Since Facebook's down, not working, we're only at K7. What happens if we actually reach a K9? I keep saying this will happen, and everyone's just like, oh, this is impossible. Alright, so I'm just wondering how our internet's going to work with this kind of geostorm kind of stuff happening. I'm going to try to get back into my flow. It always kills me when I get cut off. Alright, we're talking astral. We're supposed to be doing dream work. We're getting hit with solar energy and get ready for right after the full moon. Oh my god, I love it. Yeah, for sure. My boyfriend is real geomagnetic. We're trying to figure out what kind of energy does it to him, right? So, energy expert, I got this. He's very sensitive to, he had to leave his job for installing Wi-Fi. I think like 5G, okay? That shit is not good for you. They're saying it's real good for us, all these frequencies around us. And he was like a technician with this stuff. And he had some type of, I'm gonna tell you a story, right? Some type of plate in him, titanium like me, and clearly it did something with the frequencies at his job installing this stuff. It wasn't good for him. It made him sick. And, you know, he really should be suing his job and the government, but this stuff is very, they're not very, while they have some scientific research on what these frequencies can do to us, and it's the same type of energy incoming, right? Too, so we have this crazy incoming energy, and there's not a lot of research as to what this can do to people's bodies. I'll tell you, it's causing cancer. It is killing people that are not at a good place spiritually. And as long as you're doing this spiritual work and doing what you should to ascend, it's going to be amazing for you and be upgrading you and changing your DNA. But, you know, everyone's not in that sect of people. It's very rare that we would have this kind of cosmic rays hitting the planet, and it would have that kind of effect with our DNA. Generally, it breaks down people's DNA in a negative capacity, and it is very bad for us to be exposed to a lot of this radiation, cosmic rays, call it what you want, the solar energy hitting the planet right now. So a lot of people are going to be feeling it. And we got Shanghai everywhere. We'll get over here. I got this. I got this, right? I said it's okay because, you know, that's the universe's way of playing games around here with your lives. Don't you guys realize this is all a mirage? And that, you know, he made his life plan, so he clearly needed to get sick so I could come play healer with him over here. And we would collide. Okay, so, you know, this is all kind of the illusion that we're working past. But yeah, we now have so much shit going on the planet that we have a need to infinitely heal after just doing our journey on Earth School. It's kind of crazy and mind-blowing to me. The amount of healing, right? So what happens when we have sleep parents raising us, lots of trauma, healing infinitely? Hopefully you guys are conscious parenting and breaking these cycles, you know, by just tuned into the spiritual. It really kills us on a soul level to only believe the material is alone, is here and that we're cut off from everyone and everything, right? We're separate from God and everyone and everything, and it really is bad for our heart chakra. I got crazy ringing in my ears starting. I'm in the UK, and I always say that you guys are crying about it in America, like, oh my God, this space storm. We got crazy influxes of this ascension energy coming in here. It's kind of where I'm here. And I've been getting interferences, not just the buzzing in my ear, but like picking up the wrong channel. Kathleen said it's like dial-up modem, right? We're like these cosmic receivers now. We're channeling space and other galaxies and things like that, you know, for the first time since Elenian times. And it's like, sorry, signals crossed. I'm trying to channel on my video, right? And I get the buzzing in my ears like I went on another channel, and I'm messing up my downloading. This energy is amazing for downloading. Try to spend some time unplugging, meditating, going out into nature, just downloading, you know, this kind of stuff coming to you. Okay, I'm going to get back on track. So, I was talking about letting go of fear when it comes to the astral. People will tell you you will get possessed by demons. I can tell you some of my favorite things I've heard doing this spiritual path. So much fucking fear. Even from people who have been well on their path and have shifted off of it because of fear, right? I know a lot of people like that. So, you know, first off, let go of fear. Everyone is like, oh my God, you can have these crazy experiences. You know, we manifest whatever we're putting out the vibes for or thinking about at any given time. But I will tell you that I've had the most crazy dream experiences my entire life that have helped lead me on this spiritual path. I've seen things in my own eyes in these other realms and places that have led me to having the knowledge I have now about certain things. And it's just profound. And, you know, that is the dream or astral, the unfiltered version of us. We get filtered through these ego personalities here, right? Ego filter. And you'll notice that if you ever had conflict with someone in this dimension, like things didn't go good learning, you guys hate each other, it could be family members, exes, whatever it is, that sometimes we have these encounters in the dream world, and it's nothing like you would have here, right? Because there isn't that ego filter. You'll find that that is the essence of us. And, you know, you'll have a collision with someone you don't get along with here. And trust me, in the dream world, they don't care. Right? So there's not that ego filter. It's probably the purest version of us that we can get, our light body existence. I'm trying to stay real grounded so I don't furtherly agitate the Wi-Fi here that they fixed yesterday. They can't fix the space storms. I was like, don't even try. We're trying to. Hi, what's going on with our Wi-Fi? It's not working. I do notice we're in a geomagnetic storm, though, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about my best way that I can astral experiences. Like I said, the best life hack to have one is simply to set the intention and to pray and ask the universe to give you an astral out-of-body experience, and please mention that you want to remember it. That's important with this dream work because you're always feeding your subconscious instructions all day long. Yes, your subconscious is this projector, and it's creating, you know, not just this reality, but the other ones we play in too. And so it's very important to understand that we're always telling it what to do. It's like a computer, right? It's just like giving it instructions in how to code your reality. So we want to set the intent that we want to have it, but we also want to, you know, mention that we want to remember it so your subconscious understands that. We have all these dreams and experiences, like I said, and we tend to not remember them. All right. Usually you don't want to do this at night, but I do. I don't have time to nap in my life usually. Unless it's a crazy ascension upgrade, right? I just don't have time. Okay, so, you know, when you're at night, going to sleep at night, you're usually really tired. So usually if you want to have an astral experience, I was telling my boyfriend there's two kinds that you could have. You could have the kind where you just meditate. And, you know, you do these techniques, you meditate, and then you go ahead and leave your body. And this would be different, I was telling him. You would be exploring the physical dimensions generally when you do it that way. If you meditate and can successfully leave your body and have an astral experience, you'll be exploring. I told him he could go to like his kid's mom's house and check it out, or be flying around our house and going around the material. It's different to go ahead. I need the kind where you're asleep, where you go under, right? You go to sleep and then you kind of can explore the entire universe and other realms. So there's different types, but the best way to have an astral experience is to try it during the day. You guys are going to need patience. It's like everything else. You got to practice. You're not going to the first time probably be like, you know, real good at it. You got to keep kind of at it and training with it too, with these things like meditation, right? The first time I ever meditated, taking yoga classes in college, I was like, you know, more concerned with everyone else in the room, and I couldn't do it at that point in time in my journey. I just wasn't into it. So sometimes, you know, you have to be at the right state of mind and practice. I like to do mine as dream work. I'm not trying to do it as a meditative induced experience. I'm trying to do the dream work type. That's me. You probably want to take a nap during the day when you're well rested to try it, because then you're going to do it really easily. So you kind of don't want to be like completely knocked out in that state of consciousness. You want to be kind of awake. And these astral realms and dream places we go to when we sleep, these are just other states of consciousness, just like here, right? All right. So you might want to have your room all dark. In my last house, we put up black curtains, my idea, because I'm trying to do this dream work. And, you know, we're very light sensitive. Humans are very energy and light sensitive. So you may want to have it in a very dark environment so that the light isn't messing, you know, with your sleep state as well. So it can be really helpful to be trying to do these astral experiences in an all dark room. All right. You want to lay down when you're doing this. Close your eyes. This is for me. I like to meditate. And you're going to hit a period where you start to vibrate. I want to ask you too. When you meditate, do you ever vibrate like that? Like, start to vibrate. Like you go under and you start to vibrate.
Just peace and bliss, maybe.
All right, whatever. Well, you need to go deeper. There is a period when you're trying to practice this. If you start to vibrate, this is where you're going to detach from your body and vibrate out of your body. You'll start to vibrate before you start to astral. Now, when you're meditating, you're just meditating. But if you're doing it with an intent to astral, it probably is going to be a different deal. So you want to set the intent to astral travel, meditate. This is doing it awake and consciously aware, right? You go ahead, you meditate. You'll start to vibrate, and you'll be able to easily just disconnect from your body and leave. Now, if you're sitting up and you're trying to induce it, it might not work good. I know a lot of people fall asleep if they're trying to lay down and meditate, but with astraling, I would suggest you try to lay down, because you're going to try to leave your body, right? And things like that. Like I said, I like to do mine as dream work, set the intent before sleep and do it that way. Instead of, you know, going to sleep, I go ahead and meditate until I fall asleep, and you will fall asleep while you're meditating. Breathing is really important doing anything like this. We're talking about I would say a hypnotic state though. And that was really interesting to me because a lot of Egyptian stuff talks about their symbolism with the pillars, states of consciousness. And, you know, that is hand in hand with areas of the brain that people will get into more with the higher chakras, and as well as states of consciousness. And it is very powerful for us, the state of consciousness, between when we are asleep and we are awake in reality. So we go to sleep every night generally, and then during the day we wake up. That is why it's very powerful for us to be connecting with Source in the morning, downloading, meditating in the morning. You'll probably get the most spiritual information when we're well rested. And I'm going to try to focus more. I'm going to shift out of this for a second. I'm going to talk a little bit about lucid dreaming too. Now, out-of-body and astral experiences are two different things. You have out-of-body experiences through traumas a lot. We hear stories where people have surgeries, right? Or something traumatic happened. I had a really bad car accident, and that would have been an experience that induced an out-of-body experience for me. I had heard of my brother had some kind of surgery to have his wisdom teeth removed, and he had some kind of profound out-of-body experience where he floated above and was watching this happen. So a lot of people, you know, if they're having like an almost near-death experience or some type of traumatic event, have had very real instances where they'll come back with these stories and, you know, we're like at the hospital and could view everything while they were unconscious. And these people have confirmed these things are real because they could tell you like what was on the second floor of this hospital and what kind of shoes this person was wearing, and you come back with such vivid details. And they've done a lot of scientific research on this stuff to show, yes, this stuff is real, that you can go gather information, and they do a lot of testing it out with adept astral travelers, adept dreamers in ways like this, and they bring back information that, trust me, they have confirmed this stuff is all very real. And, you know, just like the spiritual's been hidden, and all of this stuff has been hidden because we weren't able to do this stuff prior to our awakening. You need your third eye open. If you guys are not remembering your dream experiences, if you're feeling blocked and trying to do this stuff, then you should go back to working on your third eye. Like I said, that is your gateway to these other realms, other dimensions, the spiritual. We want to ground. He's grounding over here, meditating, I think, while I'm doing this, right? I'm just doing my video and trying to put my energy the opposite. He's always trying to ground and come down, and I'm trying to generate crazier energy around me, if you know me, right? Good morning. Yeah, keep practicing. I need some more coffee, too. I think that's what I'm doing. Coffee as well, Kathleen. I'm like, hella coffee. I'm like, yeah, okay. Good morning. We're talking lucid dreaming. It's the best time tonight to practice until the moon comes. The moon disrupts our REM cycle, so we only have maybe 2 weeks out of the month that we can really be doing this dream work. I'm always trying to let you guys know when a good time is. I know everyone's crying about the space storm already, but today is our last day of rest. So tonight is really good. Doesn't matter where you are, kind of universal time tonight. The next time you go to sleep will be really good for dream work still. I know we're getting interruptions because we're getting nailed with so much energy. I woke up this morning, and I know these space apps are not that reliable, but I mean, they're going off fucking insane like nothing I've seen in 3 years. Right? They're all of a sudden, every minute, my phone's buzzing and hitting with these, disaster alerts. Disaster alerts and the crazy shit I'm rolling to, right? So, where it's kind of changing the energetic dynamics. It's definitely waking us up more and more. It's changing our body, what we're capable of. And like I said, our body is like a supercomputer. And we're going to get back to the most amazing things we can do, like Atlantean abilities that people can't even really grasp or comprehend right now. It's important that we understand we're being tested all around us on a lot of stuff. And that we need to choose to remain spiritual and to use our understanding and the things that we've learned to pass these tests in many capacities. So we're seeing a crazy level up. We're seeing that, now that we've done this work activating our light bodies, we're activating our light bodies. That's your astral body, right? So as you're doing this ascension and working on your light body, your astral body is getting stronger and stronger. We don't understand, like I said, when you die, you're that light body, but you can't work on it from the other realm. We have to do that here. That's why people want to come to Earth School and to work. And most people should be using this experience here that we're in to work our asses off. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to level up, do this spiritual work, because we can't do it in the other realm. So, we need to do that here. And so as we're working on activating our light body, it's changing our astral body, and we're able to access more and more of the universe to do different things, to astral easier and things like that. So this energy is hitting the planet, and hopefully the people that are ascending are at a good place, that we can handle more and more of this energy safely. I was saying that when I first woke up, the storms would kill me like everyone else, right? A lot of people around here would be like, I can't move. Suddenly I can't move. That's how I learned these energy things until I did a lot of inner work, and now I love them and vibe with them. So, these storms are letting us know where we're at work-wise, too. So if someone's having a lot of ascension flu, not feeling good, can't move, signs we have a lot more inner work to do. Eventually, when your light body's at a good place, you'll be floating around and loving it. All right, lucid dreaming. That'll be my next video topic, too. I don't want to get too into it. We're becoming more lucid in the dream state, and I'm going to try to just do tons of Lumeria dream videos in here. I'm getting back to work, too. I just went through, I almost died in the fucking UK, just in case people didn't get the memo. Everyone's like, what's wrong with her? I saw every rumor ever, like I was on drugs and all this crazy stuff, and honestly, I almost just died. Not in India, like I'm talking about going to India, and they're like, you might die there. Of all places, I almost died in the UK. Talk about some kind of infection in my body, right? And talk about bad stuff. Yes, I literally almost died. They described it as life-threatening, and they were very concerned I might die. So it was crazy, right? Too much experience, I think, in the UK. So I'm just still getting back to my video flow. You can tell that I'm doing my work and I'm back, but I'm still trying to get my video flow back. So I'm going to be focusing on Lumeria and Atlantis in my other group a lot. And so we'll be doing Dream School here. I do have a lot of really good techniques and tips so that we can become more adept in that realm, which will help us here. Because the more we can understand the dream dimension, it will help us understand this awakening and how things are meant to work. Because we were indoctrinated to believe this world is a certain way, and trust me, it isn't. It's just like the dream world. So we need to be able to get more adept with that realm to assist us here with that ascension. I'm real excited to get this spaces flowing again too with these groups. I'm getting Dale. I got him in like video training too, because clearly he's gonna have to start teaching the stuff that he's into. It's completely different than the stuff I know, right? And it's amazing too. Trust me, stuff we're really interested in. He just has to really, like everyone else, find our voice. That's such a. It's hard to speak on video. It really is. We're used to quarantining ourselves. And I know everyone's feeling the need to unplug. Please don't. You guys are like expert level quarantining yourselves, empaths, and we're not interacting with the world enough. Are you noticing? I'm trying to avoid 3D if I can, right? I'm over here working from home. So we should really be out influencing the world, and we're not. So at least still play around on Facebook more, collide with people, right? We're meant to be impacting people when they collide with us. Yeah, I've been crazy doing crazy stuff. Let's just say those you feel like you're dying or you're sick around here. Don't worry, you're just getting cleared out energetically, purging, right? To the extreme. Don't worry, you're just getting upgraded at a mass fucking crazy level too. And I'm like, that Stargate, it wasn't the one time where we went through with a bunch of people that had messed up and crashed in all our timelines. We went back and the same thing happened, right? We just got everything calmed down and in order, and it was like, whoosh, and doing crazy things to our timelines. So it's not necessarily these Stargate portholes, but more the energy. Yeah, these waves of energy are coming in and doing crazy things to the timelines around here. I doubt people realize where we're headed and what is needed to happen on this planet, because people would feel an urgency, okay? We're going to have to collapse all of the world as we know it on very real levels. This is not to scare people. It is to inform people this is temporary. Where we're living, everyone is convinced you that this is permanent. We're in 5D and the whole world's just going to remain shit. And we have ascended and we're here, but I assure you, the world as we know it is going to change. I'm hoping that we go back to living like Lumeria. That will be the goal, okay? Yes, we have a lot of galactic assistance to help us, make this happen. And the energy is definitely going to start to intensify. Like I said, our light bodies are going to be able to change it. Yes, we're talking about work too. 3D work. I know all about it. So until Prison Planet collapses, we have not arrived. Slavery, okay? Sorry, you can't convince me that us going to work to pay our basic rent and shit all the time with this whole paradigm and everyone doing it isn't this, adept slavery we've all been sold into that we came to liberate from. So we should be feeling a pull to liberate, for sure. We're talking about more Lumerian than Atlantean frequencies too. And, this isn't the first time we've gone through this stuff. I want to remind people too that, everyone thinks this is crazy when we're talking about ascension. May I remind you, this has happened many, many times in our past. We've seen pole shifts, destruction of entire civilizations, crazy, crazy things. And we're in a time of a great change. People are just realizing this as we're waking up. And we've been asleep for a very long time. This entire cycle, going through the same bullshit karmic lessons on a loop. And just the fact that we were awoken by the universe during this time is powerful. Trust me. So we're going to see a time of great change. These places were built on galactic knowledge. They had extraterrestrial help, and those same places I tell him where he's studying in India and places in Tibet and the Mayan. These were all places in Egypt where that galactic knowledge was retained, the Druids passed down in these places. But we're getting back to those original kind of galactic sources assisting us with this. These influences have never left. They didn't leave with these places. The galactic forces, I'll say, that assist this planet just had to change their tactics. They weren't able to come influence from the outside in. We had to change to come from the inside out, right? Here I am, Space Girl, inside out. We just had to change tactics with how we could do this ascension, right? It scares the sleepers when aliens land on this planet. They think they're gods, tend to create entire religions and infrastructures that are even worse than the ones we're trying to fix, right? And things like that. So we couldn't really do it in the same way. But this is a great time of change because many souls from many different dimensions, places are coming together to once again try to rebuild a utopia. And just like Lumerian Atlantis, that's what those places were on many, many levels, and it's what we're getting back to. And the planet, even though everyone looks at Egypt like these high levels of consciousness, it was only at the 4th dimension. So we haven't been back to the type of frequencies that we're on now, talking about 5th dimensional frequencies, since Atlantean times and prior to that. So this is really important. What is happening with this planet, for real, it's so crazy. We need to get mastery over our frequencies. I look at it like outside noise, I'm calling it. Distractions all around us. You know, things changing. I'm noticing the Mandela effect because my world just seems a little crazy us over here. And we're the changes that we're seeing with people around us and the things we're watching. It's too crazy.
Scary.
Yeah, it's scary. Timeline jumps, we'll just say that. I'm in a parallel reality over here. But hey. So it's really important that we're getting control of our frequency, just continuing to do this inner work. We know what to do. We're hearing it all around. We know, take your vitamins, detox, right? Meditate, get a lot of sleep. I'm doing my usual salt baths and good food over here, right? And things like that. So we really know what to do. I'm reading the comments. You're doing Kathleen stepping into her role to help head our movements that everyone wants to bitch out of. Go join. I saw the Satan video today. I can't. We'll just put that out there. Kathleen, did you check your inbox? The one I sent you. I just can't. I'm dying over here. Everyone wants to roll out of our movements and they don't want to. Well, once you tune in, hopefully, and wake up, you'll realize that those of the higher consciousness don't talk about oneness. We act like we're one in our alignment with the universe. Right? We don't just talk about oneness, we try to be in alignment with the universe, and then you're in alignment with everyone. You'll notice once you wake up, there's a beautiful harmony about the people doing their missions that are awake. You know, when I was asleep, I'm totally out of alignment with everything, you know, trying to go on paths that weren't meant for me, and now I tend to feel like I'm dancing with the entire universe in perfect alignment in this symphony that we're all part of. So for sure, time to embody that oneness. So we're leveling up. You might be losing friends that just are staying on the same frequency or not passing their tests. So as you're leveling up, you could be losing people, your jobs, relationships. I'm seeing it hit my inbox. Relationships, jobs, friends, things, you know, family members, whatever it is, just kind of go with the flow and where it's taking you. This is all temporary, like I said, and trust me, you don't lose anything you won't get back in some capacity. People are understanding that. Good morning, I'm getting off here to do something real, but I wanted to do a little bit of practice astral tonight. We're going to practice astraling. I want to see people talk more about their dream experiences on this wall because it will help everyone remember their dreams more if people start posting about it. Trust me, subconscious reprogramming, right? Level expert, for sure. Start to just throw on like anything you remember, if it's profound. If you're getting messages in your dreams, even if it's like me, I'm trying to do it too, and I remember, it will really help bring it back, but, you know, it'll help everyone kind of align with that kind of project too. We share one subconscious. We share one subconscious, so we're all affecting it in some type of way. So if you're going to go ahead and post your dream journal, it will help the whole group of us in a certain kind of way. So more dream exercises for sure I will be using tonight. It's the best time to astral before this full moon energy hits. And we won't be able to sleep as good. So tonight and tomorrow night, doesn't matter where you live, the next 2 nights when you're going to sleep, universal. For sure, set an intent and practice it. It's something I have to practice every night. When I'm at my old house, I would just do it every night. And I was getting really, really good at it fast. So, you know, if you practice, you'll really, you know, fall in a flow with it. And you'll start to remember crazy stuff too. All right, love and light.